I would like to invite our audiences to experience the olive groves from Palestine with our speaker Baha as the tour guide. So before that, I would like to suggest for us to pay attention carefully on the video and what's going to be mentioned, the facts of the olive groves and so on. If you have any question, just please send the comment or question on the chat section and we will go through it after the session of the videos. And let's go. Let's see video and experience the olive groves.
Welcome in Palestine. Today we are picking olives on the shade of the oldest olive tree we have in the district of Bethlehem. It's about 4,000 years old tree, and it's kind of like the mother of all trees that we have here. This is just the trunk of it, and it's like pretty magnificent and huge. Olive trees have been like very sacred in our life and culture because it's also viewed as the oldest living being that we have in Palestine. Like in our culture, we view trees to be living beings rather than objects and things. And you know, being old is a reference to wisdom. So like the existence of olive trees have inspired wisdom, patience, generosity, and many of the aspects of the Palestinian culture. The olive trees through the past 4,000 years have contributed to Palestinian livelihood and survival. So yes, like we get like amazing olives off of them, pickled or turned into oil, but also like the invention of soap happened in Palestine, and it was based on olive oil. And we're talking about nearly an invention of something that have been related to olive trees for the past 1,000 years. From the 11th century, it started in a town nearby called Nab. Also, we have olive wood craft. That is a tree that has been going on for more than 500 years now, and it has been like a multi-million-dollar industry. So the olive itself is a blessed tree and is a blessing tree because it gives so much with very little care. Like the care you need to give to an olive tree is about plowing the land around it, it's about pruning it, and it's about harvesting it. You don't need to give it water because the sky gives it water. It rains here 22 times a year, and those 22 times are enough to keep an olive tree survive, but it requires human care. You know, like because olive trees are not wild trees. Olive trees require human care in order to continue producing and continue surviving. Now, for the past 70 plus years, the state of Israel or the government of the state of Israel have been involved, as well as Israelis, have been involved in the destruction of this very important element in Palestine. The root of their attitude comes from the racist claim that Palestine is a land without people. So yes, they worked on the removal of the people, like nearly 66% of the Palestinian population is removed from their homes, but the very existence of an olive tree is an evidence of a human existence, you know, because once again, it's not a wild tree, it's a tree that requires human care in order to continue producing. Destruction of Palestinian olive tree was carried out by the Israeli machines of destruction, like the machines they import from JCB or Caterpillar or any of that stuff in order to install walls. You can only imagine, like the Israeli fence in front of us is built on the extension of this field, and the Israelis have destroyed many olive trees in order to install this wall. Like we lost thousands upon thousands of olive trees for the state of Israel to install them. Also, we lost thousands upon thousands of olive trees for the construction of Jewish-only communities or settlements or colonies. You know, name it whatever you want, but like those are colonies that are built on land confiscated from Palestinian families and serve the Jewish-Israeli population. So we lost thousands upon thousands of trees because of the construction of those settlements. We lost also thousands of trees to install a road network to connect those settlements together. Because do remember something important, that 60% of our arable land is covered with olive trees. If you want to build anything on the land, you have to destroy olive trees. Palestinians, through their survival, they would build something that, because olive trees are sacred, they would avoid the destruction of those trees at all costs. But for the Israelis, nothing here is sacred if it comes to Palestinian life and Palestinians, which is ironic because olive trees are sacred also in Jewish faith. Other way, like Israel destroys olive trees through Israeli military operations. Like we lost more than 300,000 olive trees in Gaza alone because of military operations. We talk about the olive harvest. The olive harvest is a tradition that has been going on for thousands and thousands of years. Throughout history, it would be like a season of blessing. People would come with joy and pick their olives, turn them into oil and pickles, and so on and so forth. Because of the Israeli forms of oppression, olive harvest have become an unsafe habit because of the fear of presence of soldiers or settlers, or because it's not safe on the field. So to provide people with a form of safe, we call upon like people who have access to Palestine through Israeli racist measures of travel to come in and take part in the olive harvest. This is why we have called upon like many people to come and help this family today. 22 people have responded, and we're having a joyful day together with the family and with many volunteers from different parts of the world.